Black Metal Hails! Today I will tell you about a Portuguese band called Ventr. Now Portuguese black metal has been a little bit more hyped up during past couple of years, at least in my radar. Now most of the band from Portugal are not that good, to be honest, but it seems there are every now and then a little more interesting bands coming up. One of those is this band called Ventr, which I'm happy to show to you here and tell you about it. This is quite recent release from Portugal by a label known as Signal Rex, and this one is Numinous Negativity, and this 10-inch EP is the first release by this very band. Now this vinyl comes with this kind of a booklet, so it's quite clear that these guys are radical. And here is the lineup. No names, just images. One guy with the cool short hair and one guy with the trendy long hair. Well, I'm just joking, obviously, in case you couldn't tell. And this is how the booklet looks. Very, very do-it-yourself quality and all that stuff. The actual EP, then again, features only a handful of tracks. On side B, you can pretty much see the dirt, dust here. And my copy, for some reason, is a little bit glitched here with this kind of a stain I couldn't even get removed. It seems like there's still some of my fingerprints included. However, this really didn't ruin the listening experience. You can hear a little bit of scratchy noise there, but other than that, it's totally okay. So looks worse than it actually is. And this is how the cover looks. Very traditional black and white image with sort of a kind of a tree, some kind of a skull. There's some mysticism in it. And inside you won't find anything else except the booklet and all that stuff. And on the other side of this EP, you will see the label mentioned, label, web address, and the tracks. 4 tracks all in all, and about 25 minutes. And this is how it looks on the Metal Archive site, where you can pretty much see that there's nothing but this EP. No members listed, no even similar artists. So this is very, very new thing. Nothing is basically listed here, so very, very little information except for these tracks. And it seems this is limited to 250 copies, so be fast if you want to get it. This has been now out a little more than a month, so it's quite fresh from the oven. Now, this music is very, very raw black metal, and that applies not only to songwriting but also to production. Even more so to the production, because the guitar sound, the drum sound, vocals, they're all very raw, kind of inhuman even. And the drums being raw means that they're not very there's not multiple microphones probably used. It feels like a little bit kind of like cavern-like, you know, like a kind of a clumsy sound, which then again fits this music very, very well. Now guitars are raw, and like I said, the vocals really seem to be going on with that. So think about like Darkthrone's Panzerfaust era of recordings, and you probably get a little bit of the idea how this might sound to you. Now I know that many people actually like and find even more approachable when the sound is kind of a softer and a little bit polished and all that stuff, even if they are listening to black metal. I mean, so many underground bands even have more polished sound than albums like this. And nothing wrong with that, obviously, it's a matter of taste. But those who like the kind of a raw, even primitive sounding music, and kind of a black metal that is at the same time melodic and sinister and also very repulsive, they will be in love with this one. I happen to like raw and primitive black metal very often, but obviously when there is poor execution with songs, you really can't do a trick with the sound. And that applies to the other ways too. I mean, I like polished sounds every now and then too, especially when we're talking about death metal, thrash metal, and so forth. But with black metal, I like when it sounds really dirty, it sounds raw, violent, primitive, like unpure. And this is what Ventr sounds like. I really dig it, and I think this is definitely one of the best releases in 2020, especially the latter part of the of 2020. So definitely an EP that got me by the balls. I really, really like it, and I suggest you give it a go. I hope that I can manage. You have some links provided in the description box once I'm done with the review. If not, go for the vinyl. At least so far it's the only version out there. I hope you enjoy it.